Rich vs. wealthy. We may mistakenly believe that being wealthy and being rich are similar, but they are not. For whatever reason, the terms wealthy are frequently used to refer to the same thing. Due to their perceived similarity, the two words are entirely different from one another. Being wealthy and being rich are two different concepts that can be difficult to differentiate. In this video, let's examine the distinction between wealthy and rich. What does being rich mean in practice? Simply owning a lot of money or income qualifies as being rich. What matters is the amount of money you have in your bank account. However, being affluent does not follow logically from being wealthy. In reality, spending a lot of money can frequently accompany riches. It could also indicate that you owe a lot of money. If your spending exceeds your income, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Debt is not a goal that should be pursued. Rich people may have a fine automobile and a magnificent home in the best neighborhood, but those things are expensive. If you earn $300,000 a year but spend $325,000 on expenses, you may appear rich, but you're headed for financial disaster. What exactly does being wealthy mean in practice? Being wealthy is different from being rich because it includes having enough money to meet your requirements, as well as having the means to avoid working if you don't have to. Building up your assets and making your money work for you are the goals. It is, in other words, having a high net worth. Wealthy people don't always drive the newest automobiles, have the most extravagant parties, or own the newest technologies. They do possess a sizable amount of assets, including cash investments and real estate. If, for instance, your monthly expenses are $3,000 and you had $18,000 in savings, you would have enough money to last for around 6 months. You will be affluent if you invest that $18,000 and generate $3,000 in monthly investment income. What is the difference between rich and wealthy? Being wealthy or rich involves more than just having a lot of money in your bank account, though. Someone who earns less than a rich person might be wealthier than the rich person with the flashy automobile and the newest styles of dress. Because wealthy people save and invest the majority of their income, even if rich people spend a lot of money. Even having a lot of money, wealthy people don't spend it all at once. Additionally, they hardly ever use debt unless it is necessary, as an investment in a house. Instead, wealthy individuals saves as much cash as they can and puts it into investments and assets. That could include making a real estate investment or stock market investment. No matter how they invest, affluent people are aware that they must convert their cash into assets to their net worth. Don't be rich, be wealthy. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you are wealthy. So already understand the distinction between wealthy and rich. So there are a few things you may do to start if you want to become wealthy. Don't only concentrate on your salary. You also want to avoid schemes that sell your ideas to get rich rapidly. Instead, adhere to these guidelines to pay off debt and have the proper mindset when it comes to getting rich. Here are a few steps to becoming wealthy. Number 1. Every month, save 10% or 15% of your income. No matter how much or how little money you earn, the first step to getting wealthy is to set aside a percentage of it each month. Always set aside between 10% and 15% of your income each month. You can arrange for a portion of your salary to be paid straight into your savings account in your bank account, without even having to think about it. This is a simple method to save. If you have trouble saving, consider taking on a savings challenge or looking at your budget to see where you can cut costs. 2. Invest as much and as quickly as possible. Investing is one of the quickest ways to increase your money. Investing has dangers, of course, but there are a lot of options accessible. A broker can offer to invest guidance. You can employ an automated service like a robo-advisor, or you can invest in items other than stocks, such as tangible assets. Whatever you do, take action. Until you're ready to invest, you can even place your money in a high-yield savings account to earn interest. Put money to work for you. Keep in mind that one of the key distinctions between being wealthy and rich is investing. 3. Initially, pay off high-interest debt. Being debt-free is thus another distinction between being wealthy and being rich. You must be debt-free if you want to be affluent. Pay attention to paying off your debt, starting with high-interest debt like credit cards or other loans. To get a better interest rate on your mortgage or student loans, find out if refinancing makes sense. Examine other options, such as student loan forgiveness. Make paying off your debt your priority. 4. Avoid wasting on pointless expenses. Being thrifty and living within your means is the secret to increasing your money. To invest your surplus money in savings, you should live well below your means. That entails restraining oneself from making the impulse to purchase those designer pants or the newest iPhone model when a less updated model will suffice. Be wise with your money and only purchase items that you both need and can hold their value over time. 5. Consider your assets and long-term financial objectives. What other distinction does being wealthy make from being rich? Assets and long-term objectives. Building riches takes time and effort. It takes time for it to take effect. It's okay if it takes you a while to accumulate wealth. When times are rough, keep in mind your long-term objectives and the primary motivations behind your decision to pursue financial success. As you increase your wealth, you'll likely start to notice a shift in your mentality, behavior, and activities that will help you to move closer to your financial goals. What's the main difference you've noticed between the rich vs wealthy? Please share in the comments section. Thank you for watching.